So I've had a few people ask me about my whole house distribution system, so I figured I'd show you guys basically what it is. What we've got in here is this is my media closet where all my equipment is stored. And basically what I have here is I have 4 over-the-air converter boxes, the ones that you've seen me repair on more than one occasion because these things are just a piece of junk. Each one of these is tuned to a separate channel, so I've got one tuned for CBC, one tuned for Global, one tuned for City, and one tuned for CTV. And these feed into a multi-channel modulator. So this modulator here modulates 3 channels, channel 62, or 64, 66, and 68. So we have 2 more modulators here, one set for channel 62 and one set for channel 60. And another, this is a low band modulator here. This one picks up channel, I believe this was channel 11. And I've got 2 other modulators in here, channel 5 and 7. These are a couple commercial modulators that were taken out of service, and they give me channel 5 and channel 7. Also in my media closet is my home theater receiver, so all of my equipment to my TV, all my sound system and my PVR and stuff is located on this shelf here. I've got a DVD recorder and a VHS machine, beta machine, Laserdisc. So I've got all of my analog tape devices in this closet as well. And then for testing purposes, I have a monitor in here I can pick up. These are all the analog channels that I can generate on site here. I've got this is a Raspberry Pi that I've got playing some music videos on, and then I've got a couple of my my converter boxes from my TV provider so that I can pick those up in standard definition. I also have the high definition feeds come out of here. My security camera. There we go. Cheers, channel 60. This is a DVD player. I just put this on for testing. Channel 62 CBC, 64 is Global, 66 is City. So those are my in-house channels. I want to leave that on because YouTube tends to get annoyed with that if you leave it on for more than a few seconds. I'll show you my amplifier. It sends the signals back over this Element HDMI adapter. What this unit does, it takes HDMI from my amplifier and it puts it onto a Cat5. So I can send it long distances over Cat5 to my TV, which is in the other room on the other side of the house. That sends the HD signals from my receiver here where I can switch everything through here. Anyway, that's just a little basic overview of my in-home distribution system. Well, the wiring's a little more complicated. I won't bother showing the wiring because it's pretty hard to see with all the splitters and stuff, but basically the output of all these modulators go into splitters. They feed into the output of a splitter, and then the input becomes the combined output. Splitters will operate as a combiner or as a splitter, and that's basically how things are done. You can see a couple of them up here. This is from 2 of the modulators that feed 2 signals into one cable. This is combining channel 5 and channel 7 from these other modulators. These other boxes you see here, those are old satellite receivers. I used to have a couple of off-the-air channels that were available, but those channels since scrambled, so I've taken those down. I just haven't bothered to take down the equipment yet. One of these days this will be going out because I can't get anything on them anymore, but they've been replaced with other signals that I'm pulling off the internet using various devices such as the Raspberry Pi or other media players. Like for example that. I've got this unit, it's not running Android, this one's running Linux, but I use this as a internet media player. I pull a source off the internet. Now, as you can imagine, this equipment produces a fair bit of heat, so I do have an exhaust fan here. So that keeps the equipment in here nice and cool, and I have to keep this fan running pretty much all the time, otherwise the heat buildup in here would be like being in a sauna from all this equipment.